Hello, everyone, and hello to Josh.
Hi Arnold, hi everyone.
Yeah, good to see you. So, today we're going to talk about one of the highlights of our year here at Impact Teaching, something we're really excited about. So, Josh, tell them what I'm talking about.
We are going to discuss the Thailand training, which as of 2025, October, has been moved to Bangkok, which it will stay. The Big Mango, the heart of the Land of Smiles. It's an amazing city. And yeah, we're really excited for the next one in April and then many more after that. So yeah, we're going to be focusing on the Thailand teacher training in Bangkok today.
Absolutely, yeah. And so, Josh and I met up in Bangkok last summer to kind of see the places and explore it, and it's really an amazing, amazing place. So, let's start at the beginning. So, who is this training for?
So it will be for our Thailand teachers, of course, but it's really for people who are wanting a little bit of kind of guidance, not only with the teaching, that's only part of it. You know, a massive part of this training is cultural and just small little tips about surviving in Thailand. I remember when I did my training in Thailand with one of our partners. And yes, the teaching stuff was invaluable. It was very useful. But what was so helpful was the insights into just things about the culture that seem strange. And when someone's there just on your first couple of days in Thailand to explain it, it just things just click easier and it just makes life a lot more smooth in the coming weeks, your first few weeks as a teacher.
Absolutely. So, when does the training happen in Thailand?
So in Thailand, they generally have two intakes for teachers, okay? Because they have a completely different weather system. If you didn't know, then what are you doing? It's warm all throughout the year, but because of, they don't have a cool December, January, February, and a hot July, August, whatever. The school system's slightly different. So their school term starts in April, May time, which is after the big holiday for the hot season. And the other intake, which is kind of their autumn, their Chris, no, they'll be there after their Christmas holidays, Christmas, that will be in October, if I'm doing equivalents. So we'll be having our training in April and in October. So this April they have their big festival Songkran, which is in the middle of April. So we'll be having it just after that.
Absolutely. So, how long is it for? So, what do the days of the training look like?
Yeah, it's effectively, I see it as 3 days, although it's kind of two and a half or however you want to say it. But if we meet up in an evening, an afternoon, it can vary. There is flexibility. But I will generally come to Bangkok and say to people who are already there, we can meet at this time on the first day, or if we can arrange it, which we did manage to in October, I think four or five, I can't remember off the top of my head, four or five teachers actually caught a flight from the UK together. So I picked them up from the airport. We arranged a van. So I was there at the gate. Everything was really smooth and whisked them back to the hotel. So that would be the first kind of introductions. Everyone has time to chill, relax, and then we'll all go out to eat to a market. I mean, it can change. We might, in the future, we might not always be in this part of Bangkok, but I think we will for the foreseeable because it's really great and there's so much to do there. But we actually went to this market, didn't we, Arnold, that we go to on the first night?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's a lot of fun because it's so authentic, and you can find your own foods, and it's really social, and you just get a feel for the city, which is really, really good.
Exactly. So yeah, so the first night, food, fun, beer if you're that way inclined, and then even though everyone was talking big and saying, "Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that," after finishing dinner, everyone wants to sleep, and that's fine. They've had a long flight and all the travel. So day two is I won't go into too much detail, but it's basically a full day of training. So not starting at the crack of dawn, but fairly early, 9, 10 o'clock, just depending how we've kind of set it up. And we'll train through the day with a big break in the middle for people to rest and eat. I will be there to help people kind of find food and direct them. We'll eat together, or people can go off and do their own thing. The second day, the evening, again, we'll go to another market and eat together. And then on the third day, it's just a half day. So what we'll be doing is coming in again early-ish, training for a few hours, and then going and having a nice lunch together as a kind of goodbye lunch.
Yeah, and I know that when we spoke about last trainings that you did, one of the really interesting parts of it was, of course, that this was the first time in Thailand for the majority of them, if not almost all of them. So, what do you remember? What were people's first impressions when they arrived in Thailand?
I think the thing they were most shocked with was people eating rice for breakfast and noodles. They couldn't believe it. Just there were small things like that. I think I was quite impressed, really. A lot of them had traveled in Europe before, maybe to the US, places like that. But this was their first time in Asia, first time in Thailand. And to be honest, they weren't that phased. I was really, really impressed. And that's a testament to them and shows you the kind of teachers that are attracted to impact teaching. They're ready for that experience. They're ready for that journey. So there was nothing massive. Their jaws weren't on the floor. And I think Bangkok has, although it is very exotic and very interesting and is multi-layered, it's also not Western, but it's safe, it's clean, it's convenient in most of the areas, especially where we're staying on Sukhumvit Road. It's a massive kind of tourist and a lot of expats live there. So it's very comfortable, so it's not like going, I don't know, to a kind of completely new setting. There are familiar things. So they were shocked at the little things, is what I'm trying to say, Arnold. There was nothing massive.
Exactly, yeah. So these are obviously action-packed days with a lot going on. So for you, what's the main goal for the training? When do you feel it's succeeded?
Well, I like to think back to when I did my training, not in Thailand, but in China. So if you don't know, I was actually an impact teacher in China first, then in Thailand. And I remember going to Beijing and having this amazing experience. And I think probably China is more different to Thailand than kind of the West. I think Thailand has a lot of overlaps. China was like, whoa. But I digress. Basically, it's that community feeling that I will always remember those days and those friendships that I made and the experiences and the first time trying this food and this little funny thing that happened at dinner. And as best as I can, I'm trying to create that within these 2 days. And I think it's worked because, the teachers this last October in 2025 was the first time we had a relatively big group, and a lot of these teachers, most of them, not a lot of them, most of them are in a group in Chiang Rai, and they're hanging out together and going off into the mountains. The Bangkok people in Bangkok are very, very tight, and they're traveling across the country to meet up, going to Chiang Mai for New Year and all this kind of stuff. That's what I want to see. At the end of the day, I can share my knowledge about teaching and my experience and inside tips, but they have to learn for themselves. So, I'll do my best with that, and it's definitely beneficial and helpful. But the friendships and the memories that are made on training and just having a really great start to their time, setting them up is what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So finally, then, of course, with impact teaching, like you said, it's all about kind of connecting with other people and having a great time. Hopefully, having big experiences. So for you, what's the aspect of the training that you enjoy the most?
Oof. I mean, I always love when I get to go to Bangkok. Every time it's kind of exciting. So that's a good start for me. Any time, I'm just happy to be there. But I love sharing. the knowledge that I've kind of gained over the years and discussing things and their opinions on it. And kind of, I just take things for granted living in Thailand and, having been here for almost 3 years now and just seeing it from a different kind of perspective and go, well, why do they do that? And I go, I don't know. And just having little conversations and sharing things that is getting them excited and saying, oh yeah, I could do that. Oh, this is great. That's great. So I just love that kind of journey of discovery and being a part of that in that real initial phase. That's what's really rewarding for me and I really enjoy. And meeting new people, it's great. I mean, I'm happy for them just to kind of go and enjoy Thailand, but it's great to meet them at the training and help as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I will say, sort of having met you in Thailand in summer, I was so impressed with your Thai, obviously your language skills and sort of the way you immersed with the local community. So yeah, it's something really exciting. I think I've been in Thailand a couple of times and I really absolutely loved it. And I think Josh is the perfect person to help you get started. So thank you, Josh. What's next for you? Where are you off to this week?
I will be going via Bangkok, driving down to Phuket on Saturday. So I'm very excited. Got a little stopover in Bangkok to have a roof rack installed on the car, which will be very exciting. Even that, I'm even excited just to go in for an hour and have a roof rack on. That's how great Bangkok is and how excited I get. So that'll be fun. So yeah, a bit of a holiday for me.
Absolutely. And I'm off to China actually myself soon, but soon we'll have more content like this. So if you're interested in hearing more, subscribe to us, join us, and we'll put the links and some more information about the training in the description. So see you all soon.
Great. Cheers, Arnold. Have a great time in China.
You as well, Josh. Have a great time. Speak soon.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.